Being a resilience expert, how do you work with clients who are experiencing overwhelming emotions?
I will teach them how to work with their emotions first, but in the background of that, and eventually I will say, emotions are a signal that something important is happening here, pay attention. So we try to frame the emotions as useful signals because they shape and filter everything we do. But first, I will start working with the client to help them manage their overwhelming emotions. And I know that mindfulness, being consciously aware of what's happening and our reactions to what's happening, is one of the most powerful agents of brain change known to science. So I will help clients be aware of what they're experiencing and aware of how they're reacting. We also know that compassion is another very powerful agent of brain change. So when I put mindfulness to be aware of and hold whatever they're dealing with, and compassion to be with and meet whatever they're dealing with, then we can open up to the resilience, which allows them to cope with anything. So I use an acronym of ABC. It's easy for the clients to remember. A is to be aware of, allowing, attuning to what's happening, and accepting. So it's just letting the emotion be there without moving to change it or fix it yet. And part of me holding the emotion is helping the client hold the emotion. And then to be with or befriend the emotion, because it's an important signal, so we're not going to throw it away. We're not going to try to ignore it. That takes too much energy. So to be able to be with and befriend the emotion, thank you for getting my attention. What am I supposed to be paying attention to or learning here? And then having the compassion, because it's hard being a human being, having these powerful emotions. So having compassion for ourselves for having the emotion. I'm not a bad person if I'm angry, or if I'm in fear, or if I'm sad. I'm a human being. So having compassion for me, that I'm feeling these powerful feelings. That often allows us then to just be aware, be with, hold, have compassion for. It allows us to be curious. What is the emotion trying to tell me? What do I need to do wisely, skillfully, to be effective in dealing with this emotion? And then there are many, many, many more tools to cope with negative emotions, to cultivate positive emotions. But first, I'm just trying to help the client get comfortable in their own baseline of being with and having the emotion, not running away from it, not feeling bad about themselves for having it. So ABC is where I start. And then as clients learn how to manage the emotions, really noticing that, reflecting that to them, you did that. Maybe you didn't know you could, but you did. And so they get to take in for themselves that they're becoming more resilient around their emotions.
I think that's such an important piece we can often forget, because it's so easy for clients not to see their own growth. And speaking personally, it's hard for me to see my own growth sometimes, and as clinicians can be so important to, whenever we see clients growing and changing, to really emphasize and point that out so that they can build on their successes.
So part of that is helping the client see their own competence. They may see it as growth, we see it as growth, but it's helping them see their own competence and trusting their own competence to be resilient. That's what helps them be resilient, when they trust themselves. You know, the quote I love from Louisa May Alcott, "I'm no longer afraid of storms, for I'm learning how to sail my ship." When clients trust themselves more to sail the ship, and that they're learning how to sail the ship, they're not so afraid of the storm. And that's key to our resilience.